What's
is
up?
going? What is
I
going on?
didn't put our outlines on yet. There we go.
What do you mean haven't put our outlines on yet? We're not outlined?
See, I gotta fix this too because these are still old.
Man, we're so unprofessional.
I have
We're
not changed this in forever.
we're so unprofessional. It's funny that you say that because today I was going to finally go in and redo the outro, because I've been meaning to do that forever. And I'm still trying to figure out like how this software works now that they've changed it, because it had been so long since I did anything. Now the files have to be compressed a lot smaller than they used to be. So I couldn't reload the one that we have loaded now. They wouldn't let me. So if we deleted the one we have now and I tried to reload it, it wouldn't reload because it's too big. So I'm having these like compression problems and trying to figure out exactly how to get the file to where I need. I think that our next outro is going to be like, hey guys, have a great night. Bye. Because I think that's all I have time for now. I don't think I have time.
Is that a compression thing with StreamYard that we're having?
StreamYard, yeah. So StreamYard shrunk the file size that you can actually download now, because they brought in the screen share. So
can't you just change the quality from like a 1080p to like a 720? Wouldn't that reduce the file size?
You're making my head hurt. So anyways, remember they brought in the video file share. So instead of like having to, you can do it right here where it says present down there. You can just put video file instead of like the whole like screen share. You can just click and then it'll play a video on your computer without actually uploading it into their stuff. So I think inevitably I'm going to have to do something like that, because they're not allowing us the file space. Everybody is like, what is this dude even talking about? we done totally nerded out on everybody. It's not giving me the file space that I want to make that happen. So I kind of gave up at some point, and I'm gonna have to revisit that and play with that some more. And
I was showing you that we are working on something. It's just a matter of having time and stuff like that. And I was on here probably 30 minutes before, and I was like, you know what? I had started something a long time ago, and I was like, you know what? Let me add some more to this. But my computer is still it's a Mac. I love it. It's great, but it's slow to certain aspects. I'm hoping to upgrade it sometime later this year, but so it's still rendering right now. I don't know. Maybe that I've got some inspiration. I'll probably actually finally get it done. But I've also got to think of a subject for my schooling lately, because I did I talked to you last week. I did for my cinematic class.
How did that go?
It went well. I did a cool wake up scene. It had to be 3 minutes long, and I probably overemphasized the beginning because I went out and took my GoPro outside, and I did a time lapse of the sun coming up.
Right.
Which looked really, really cool because the clouds are moving, stuff like that. And I made that a little longer than I know it should have been, but I needed it because I needed the 3 minutes. I probably could have put a little bit more clips in it to make it there, but like I said, I got a 90 on it. I'm still happy with that.
Are you uploading it?
No.
Why not?
No.
What's wrong with you? Why wouldn't you?
There's only one person on this planet that's ever going to see that, and that's
What do you mean? What's wrong with you?
That's just all my instructors.
Put a poll up there. How many people want to see this video? I want to see this video.
It don't matter. They're never going to see the light of day.
Wow. What is wrong with you?
No. But I do have to do one that. Have you ever heard of something called the Boring Room Challenge?
No.
So basically, I guess it's a challenge that cinematographers use to basically, they take they're always stuck in a hotel room, but they get creative and they want to do it. So it's kind of, you basically take one solid room, and you got to create like a 3-minute cinematography type.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. Do you know I do that all the time in the studio? It's a pretty boring room when you're just in it by yourself. So what you're talking now, all right, so this form of cinematography that you're into, excuse me, I know I didn't say that right, is my passion when it comes to filming. I indulge in everything you just said so much more than most people will ever know. I mean, so much more than most people will know when it comes right down to it. That is like my favorite part about making videos, is trying to make things interesting that are normally not so interesting.
Well, what's funny is that when my mind wraps around what I want to do. Like, to be honest with you, I knew when I was filming this, I already had. I didn't. I don't. I probably should write things down to be a lot more organized, but I had all the shots that I wanted to do in my head. I had the different type of shots I wanted to do, and it was in my head. And even as I filmed this on Sunday morning, and I I woke up really early because it was in my head, so I couldn't fully like. I woke up a little bit and started thinking about it, and I couldn't go back to sleep. So I was like, "Oh man, it's in my head." Now I'm trying to think. Okay, well, what room do I want to do this in? And you got to create some sort of story. So I'm trying to figure out what kind of story it is I'm trying to create in order to, portray. And so I haven't quite gotten the story down, but I know once I do, the juices are gonna flow. I'm
There's
hoping.
so many rooms in your house that you could do this in. You could do this in your kids' room, and the toys could come to life. You could do this making coffee. You could do this in your kitchen. You could do this baking bread. You could do this in your backyard. Look, I could do this anywhere in your house, and I could find one thing to focus on to make interesting, because that is, look, you should talk to me more often about these, because that is what I love doing. That is the finest part of B-roll. That's the part of movies that people don't really see. They see it, but they don't see it. They don't pay it any attention. They're watching a movie with Kill Bill, and there's a scene change, but in the scene change, they did this really fire B-roll on this car as they're getting in it, and most people never stop to
Well,
just think.
and it's
How
about the
cool.
shots too, because do you want to
Yes.
have a close up? Do you want to have a side close up? Do you want to have, do you even want to see your face? Do you want to do a below? So there's so many different learning this, and going through the different types of shots there are. It makes you think of, great movies that had like, one that I remember I can think of that just had a fantastic cinematography shot, and that was um actually Die Hard, one of my favorite Christmas movies of all time. But the shot where he's falling off the building, where you got the you can see the bottom behind him, and you just see him. I mean, it's a fantastic cinematography type of shot. And but yeah, doing classes like this, it makes you think a lot more about the movies.
So much fun. So much fun. So Funko hasn't given us a lot when it comes to the form of news. We're going to be making up our news like we always do. We
We
always
did
make the news up. We're always
we
going to
did get
like,
with some announcements last Wednesday on
they
some
did
news.
come up with some announcements, so we're going to go over some of those. I got some other, like, some other collectible news I want to talk about. There's a little bit here and there. So there is some news out there, and we don't totally make it all up, but we make a large majority of it up, and then we normally just like steal content from other channels is what we do. That's what we do over here on this. But
Now, but before you get to that, I will emphasize this again later in the show. But we do have a guest on next week. In fact, we've got a guest booked for the not next week, and then 2 weeks after that again.
that is yeah, we're getting back into that, so that's going
We
to be a
got
lot of fun.
Fox Crown is
Fox
coming to join us
Crown. Yeah,
next
that's going to be interesting. Fox always makes me nervous. Fox is one of them. You really never know what he's going to do.
week.
you
Really gonna
just
say.
you just don't know what he's going to do or say. But let's hit that chat real quick while we're
We had
chatting
in
on.
here early because, of course, we were late. We had Zach Bonifer in the house. What's going on? Of course, he's giving us the hashtag Dish Trackers Johnny Funko, or it's actually supposed to be Johnny
I
Funko is Dish
was
Tracker.
going to say that today too.
We
Hashtag
had
dish
the
trackers,
wonderful
Johnny Funko.
Christina Payne in the house. What's going on? We got OTT with G in the house. What's
What is
going on,
going
buddy?
on, brother?
We got one of our favorite commenters in the chat. We got Quick Draw McGraw.
Quick Draw, what's up? I see
And
Zach is in the house.
we got Kenneth Bird in the house. I did get Zach was the first one that
Did you
said,
get Zach?
yeah, I got Zach. He was the first one to get on there.
Who else we got in there? I know we
Listen,
got somebody
thanks.
else in
I
there.
was waiting for. I'm not quite sure what that meant. I did put some music on, but I thought it was real low, so I don't know if it was taking over.
I don't think it was. You were having some video problems there for a second. Your video quality is still a
Yeah,
little
I
low.
don't know what's going on with that.
Well, typically, in my experience, that means your camera's going out.
Not yet.
In my experience, that's what happens at that point. Your camera, oh, there it goes. You got better somehow. Oh no, you went back out.
Hold on.
It's not a big deal.
I might drop out momentarily, but I'm gonna re-switch my internet over. But we'll see.
So Did you see the rest of the Spider-Man that they just recently came out with? So I know you know the whole like they're doing the
Mhm.
Statue of Liberty scene, how it's under repair. You know, I know that we remember that, and they've been kind of slowly feeding us pieces. You know how they do that. They just kind of like trickle them out slowly as to what we're gonna get. And this is the next awesome piece to the puzzle that they have trickled out here recently. Here we go. I can
Yes, I do. I like the Sandman a lot. I like how he overfills pretty much the entire thing. So I really do like that a lot. And then of course Electro up on top. I really wish I would have put the classic Electro face mask on him. I think that would have been better. But I mean that's just me.
So this is okay. You know that this is not something that I'm going to collect. This is another one of those pieces that take up a lot of room, and when we start talking lots of room, I don't have a lot of room to give up. So it's not something that I'm going to collect. I don't necessarily understand the Sandman and what's going on, but I think that's because I haven't watched the movie. So I think that there's some I didn't watch the movie going on there. Kenneth Bird, how are you doing? It's good to see you. He says actually he was second, Chase was first. Chase decided to take off on us. So this is really cool, but I don't know what you mean by the mask, but it's really cool. I can't I really I'm waiting to see what it's going to look like when somebody puts this all the way together, because that's going to make some awesome content for whoever decides that they're going to make one complete set. You with me?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I sorry. I switched. I switched. Oh, yeah. I did some of the internet, so hopefully that should be better.
Yeah, it
But
looks better. It looks better. But anyways, this is one of them that somebody's going to make some really awesome content on. It won't be me. This is
yeah,
not
I mean,
something that I'm
I
going to do.
wouldn't mind these, but I think it's hard with sets like this. I mean, other than buying a one piece off or something like that, it's hard to really collect these. You got to be kind of into it. Whereas for me right now, my big thing is I'm trying to collect different Disney rides or buildings of structures and stuff like that. For the setup.
Did you
And
see what Quick Draw asked you? Speaking of Disney,
how much? I wouldn't buy any. First of all,
zero.
I wouldn't buy any. And if I really wanted to, I would have had access to some if I really wanted to try to fake people. But that's just not my style.
I've got some from sale. Look, I'm going to get it to you on demand though. You just tell me how much you need.
But for me, like my wife for my birthday recently just got me this bad boy, which I thought was awesome. So these are the type of
Let's
things
pull this down real quick.
that I want to have, for my setup is like the different rides or, the different setups in the back that I have back here. But you really have to be into that type of stuff. So if that's something you really want that Statue of Liberty setup, then that's really something
How did your
that you're
birthday
gonna
go?
have. Huh?
How did your birthday go?
It was good. It was good. We went out to the port on Saturday to watch the cruise ships, and then um, we ended up going out to dinner on Sunday, which was my actual birthday.
Well, happy birthday.
Thank you, thank you. Well, I know
What else?
you hit me up. You
What else
did
did
hit
you
me
get?
up early. We're heading out to dinner.
What else did you
So
get over there?
I also have.
Making it up since 2020. You know it, OTT. Been making it up since. Gonna keep making it up too. None of this is real news. Trust me, none of this is real news. And if it does sound to you like it's real news, I promise you, we stole it from another
Mhm.
creator. One of the other creators on there, we took it from them.
We don't lie about this stuff. But I do have like I told you, the one mystery box I still keep, which is my collector
And let
core.
me ask you a question: do you prefer YouTuber or content creator?
That I just recently got asked that the other day by somebody else, and to be honest with you, I don't think it really matters to me.
I don't consider myself a YouTuber.
1,000% honest, I would consider myself more of a content creator. I think than a YouTuber. To me, I mean, I mean, anybody can be a YouTuber, whether you're a live streamer, out, in my realm of Disney, you could be a live streamer that just goes out to the parks and just streams what you do all day. And, I mean, to me, there's not really any effort into that. Even TikTokers, I think, have better, ability to make content creation than, YouTube. So, I mean, I would probably consider myself more of a content creator, but I've been known to consider myself a YouTuber at the same time. So
I like the phrase content creator because I just don't create content for YouTube. I create content for Instagram. I create content for my family. I create content for TikTok. So I don't like to be held down to like the YouTuber. I'm like more like a content creator. I mean, it would be like calling a producer an actor. he's an actor. No, he's the producer. I'm pretty sure. For sure. Anyways,
I like being that. I mean, even though I'm on camera a lot of times, I find more enjoyment in the back end
what's in that box?
of filming. Oh, the collector core.
What's in that box? Why are you holding out on us?
Of course, we got New Way Home. I know Chase. Chase isn't here yet, but yeah, I know he usually gets this box, so it's probably a good thing he ain't here yet if he's showing up. But it's all good.
If he doesn't show up, that's all good. I
Good.
don't hold it against
Hey,
anybody.
we all get busy, and I don't always make his, so but I do try. I usually try to poke into Chase's a little bit. So we got the shirt.
What you got?
Which I've actually been enjoying the shirts a little bit because they've actually been making them a lot better. But what do we got?
It's Spidey, man.
It kind of goes into what we were just talking about too. So
it does go into. I knew that it was going to as soon as I seen that it said Spider-Man No Way Home. I knew that this was going to like play into that.
of course,
It was going to play right into it, which is cool because argumentatively that pop line saved 2020 for Funko because that was the only pop line that they came out with in 2020. That was I called 2020 the death of Funko year because it was a rough year for pops, and I would argue with anybody who said otherwise that it was a rough year for pops.
I'm seeming to start collecting these stickers now. Of course, we got Spider-Man sticker, and I've also got this was from a past box. I've got it right here on my desk right now. This is the Miles Morales one. But I'm seeming to collect the Spider-Man stickers. And then, of course, we got a Spider-Man
Spidey-Man pin.
Funko pin. And then, so that brings us to, I'll put the card aside, to what the pops are. I mean, let's see.
So that's a decent one. So that's
Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man without the head.
That's a decent one.
But wait, is that the... That's a Toby? No, that's Andrew Garfield. I don't know. That's not the Tom Holland Spider-Man for sure.
I don't even know anymore on what Spider-Man is what. I don't even try and call it because if I tried to call it, everybody in my comments would be like, "That's wrong.
Yeah,
this Spider-Man was the 1945 variant of the 10th Spider-Man on the 5th day of the 12th month of the 10th minute and the 9th year." And I'd be like, "Oh, okay, I got you." So I don't even try when it comes to Spider-Man anymore. There's so many variants, so many different actors.
I'm pretty sure from the side, though, being that I do like Spider-Man, you could tell from the hair and the way the suit is that is Andrew Garfield.
Maybe, possibly. I'll agree with you. I've got your back on that. That's what that is.
We've also got Electro.
That's a cooler looking Electro than the one that they have.
Yeah, I would agree. And it is. Wait, hold on. This thing's glow in the dark.
So why did they have that other one on the Statue of Liberty if that one's so much cooler? That goes back to that. They make stuff that knowing that it's not going to sell. So that's kind of wild.
Cheap. So his head fully glows, but on his body he's got little blue lightning bolts, and that's the only thing on his body that glows.
That's pretty sweet. That's cool. The pops would be a lot better when they glow if they would glow a lot easier. If it didn't take so much energy to make them glow,
I would agree.
They would be better. I mean, for example, if I turned all of my lights off in my studio and then suddenly like all of my pops were glowing, that would be cool.
Yeah,
but
pretty awesome.
It doesn't work that way.
Especially with the amount of lights usually in a studio, I think it'd get it. But even on this, I mean, I can get it and I can pull it aside a little bit
and it's done.
See the glow. Yeah. I mean, I will say though, when I do see the glow of the head fully glowing does look pretty cool.
Right, but it just doesn't stay glowing long enough.
I would love it too.
When you superpower it with the black lights, you only get 20, 30 seconds. That's it. Then it's right back out. So it does. I wish their glow was a little bit better. But we were speaking about Johnny Funko, and I pulled up Johnny Funko's site today because he has some stuff that's on there that I thought was pretty cool, and we should check it out when we have a minute. So here is going to be the Mandalorian. So this is going to be given away at
the Giants
the Giants baseball game is going to be giving this guy away. And I don't know if it's with your tickets or if it's with certain seats or if it's if you buy a bucket of popcorn. I don't really know how they're going to give this away, but it's super, super cool. If somebody by chance gets their hands on one of these and they just don't want it, maybe like you want to trade me for something out of my collection, that would be pretty awesome because I'm down for that. I'm down for that life.
I would say if he was still in the area, you'd have to hit JB up because he's a huge Giants fan and he'd be all over this. But I did have to take this out because Quick Draw made you may be right. The Electro kind of looks like he's in a pot of mac and cheese.
He does look like he's in a pot of
I mean, it's lightning, but it's definitely.
All right, so check this out. This is what you should do. You should make some Kraft mac and cheese. You should pour it on a table, put him in the center of it, and then take some really awesome pictures.
Stick him right
coming out of the mac and cheese.
Right in the middle of the pot.
Yeah, he's coming out of the mac and cheese.
Yeah, that's a good point. That could be
That'd be pretty awesome. That'd be pretty awesome. But on Johnny Funko's Instagram, he has this guy up there right now. I know that it says Diss Tracker up top. Pay that no attention. It's really Johnny Funko. I was gonna do some fancy editing and put Johnny Funko over the top of it, but I didn't quite get that done. This is a really cool man.
They should almost do this for like all of the baseball teams.
Well, you know how I am about the Mandalorian, though. So I have the red one you sent me. I have the red Boba Fett that was the Target Con, and then I just had the Mando after Mando after Mando after Mando sitting there. I noticed today that out of like the characters that I have in my collection, Mandalorian and Deadpool have to like be the front runners for like the most in my collection. Those two have to be like the front runners. This thing is really awesome. Like I said, if you know how to get your hands on it, hit me up.
Big 10-inch. That's the only Mando I actually have.
So I don't have the 10-inch of Mando. I have the 10-inch of Boba Fett that was also a Target exclusive. It was the 40th year Empire from it was one they did back in 2019. It was a really old one. It went up to like $120. I think it's still there to this day. This Mando is really cool. Really, really cool. As a matter of fact, I still have the cellophane on my 10-inch Boba Fett. Wow. We all know that that's not something that I do, but it still has the cellophane on it. Next in like the what did I find on Johnny Funko's site today. Now, I'm saying this is Johnny Funko's site because hear me out.
Wait, go to that Spider-Man one. Is that the one I just pulled?
This is the one that you just pulled. It is Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. It doesn't
really. That's just the one with the. So was there two different versions?
There was probably two different versions. Yeah, most likely there was, and that was the special.
And I've never seen Collector do that. They bring out two, but I got the one without the. I don't know.
Now I say that this is Johnny Funko Sykes. Hear me out. Hear me out on this. So one day they dropped a list. Like it was probably about 3 or 4 hours before Funko dropped their list of Funko Fair. And I typed in the comments at Johnny Funko, I knew you had the hookup on the drops. Johnny Funko types me back and he says, ha ha ha, I also know when this is dropping. And then somebody else types in there and says, hey, when is this dropping? And he says, I haven't heard from my source yet, but I'll get back to you when I find out. We got you. We got you. The investigation gets a little closer every time to calling Johnny Funko is the diss tracker. Johnny Funko, the diss tracker. Simon Crook, what is up, brother?
Simon, what's up, man?
Simon knows. Simon ain't trying to drop the leak, but Simon knows. One of these days, we're gonna announce the big leak. So these guys actually came out like 30 days ago. These Squishmallow, Pokemon Squishmallows came out on the shelves like 30 days ago. Walmart then said, oh, we messed up. They weren't supposed to come out till February 1st, which is tomorrow. They're currently sitting in the back room of your local Walmart, I guarantee you, because what happened is we pushed them out on the floor and then we were told they had to come back to the back room. So they've been sitting in the back room now for about 30 days. They're about to come back out. People are already like trying to bribe you to get them out of the back room. I'm telling you in advance that if you want a Pokemon Squishmallow, You need to stop at your local Walmart on your way to work tomorrow. Just leave a little early and pick one up because you're not going to get it past that. I promise you that every scalper in this planet has got their radar on this. And look, I've had at least 5 different people ask me if I could get them one. And every time you would have to say that I'll get fired if I do this. I
Which is
can't.
kind of strange because typically Walmart just puts out whatever they want whenever they want.
This is true, and this is
Got
that's
caught on this.
that's how they got put out. But they actually had a date that says this is the sale date, and that was just ignored, right? Because Walmart does what they want to do when they want to do it, but Walmart must have agreed to some kind of terms because the second they got called out on it, all of them jerked them back to the back room and said, "Oh no, I'm sorry, we messed up." So there must have been some kind of agreement that says on this day is the day that they get to roll out on the floor, and that day is tomorrow. So hear me out. If you need a Pikachu Squishmallow, you better get it tomorrow, or
How
you're
much are they
not
selling
going
these
to
things
get it.
for?
So some of these, like my daughter has some that she gets from Hot Topic, which are these stupid pink. I'm sorry, they're not stupid. She collects these pink cow squishmallows. I can't say that they're stupid because I collect what she calls dolls. So I can't say they're stupid. So I collect Funko Pops. She collects these things. Some of the strawberry cows have sold for like $200.
Well, how much is Walmart selling these for?
$20.
So $20. So how much are we thinking these are going to go for?
$100 all day.
So maybe I should send my wife over there tomorrow morning to go get one of each.
All day. All day they're going to go for $100 on eBay tomorrow. All day. People are going to, and there's no limit. So if you get there and you're like, man, there's a 2 limit, you're wrong.
Because even if you did buy those would be super easy to ship because they're squishable, so it doesn't really matter.
No,
I might have to tell my wife, hey, she might have to go over to Walmart tomorrow morning after she drops the kids off at school and go buy some Squishmallows.
Look, I'm telling you that if you've just decided that I'm going to become a scalper for a day, tomorrow's the day to do it. I mean, I'm not
going to go in there and try to buy them out, but I say one of each to sell. That ain't too bad.
I promise you that there's going to be some. So the card guys have not had so much luck with the cards lately. They haven't been dropping the cards that have been making the big money like they used to. And then a lot of the companies have dropped the ball on getting the cards out. Walmart and Target are actually not responsible for that. In case no one knows this, right? They're not responsible for filling those baseball cards. It's a secondary company that comes in and does it all on their own. This company has either decided that they're working their own secondary market, but they haven't been bringing them in. And if they do bring them in, it's 1 pack versus 50. And these guys have just been starving to death. And they have started looking for new avenues to make money. And this is a new avenue for these guys to make money. And I promise you that my Walmart tomorrow will have 5 grown men waiting for these things to hit the floor. They're going to shove them all in their carts and they're going to drag them all to the front desk. I guarantee you.
Hey, Johnny, thanks.
This tracker, what's up, brother?
Thanks for the post.
We knew he was coming in here today. I knew he was coming in here. Say what? Thank you for what?
Thank you for putting the post up so we can talk about this.
Yes, thank you for putting that post up. So if it's anything like my Walmart, these things will not be there much further than opening. I mean, so if you want one, get there early, grab you one.
It all depends on because we do have a lot of people that in the past have been known for scalping and but we also have I'd say within vicinity 1, 2, 3, at least 4 or 5 Walmarts not that far. So
we'll see, but I know that mine will be empty tomorrow. If it's something that you want, go pick it up. These things are kind of cool. They're not something that I get into. My daughter has one of them that I use for a pillow in my Lazy Boy because they are super soft. They are super comfortable. I don't know about like the collecting them. I mean, to me, it feels a lot like a recycled Beanie Baby style of a collectible. I don't care though. To each their own. I'm not going to yuck somebody else's.
I'm also not going to go. If I ask her, hey, go check these out and see if you can get one, I'd tell her go to the one Walmart. If they're not there,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, I'm not gonna yuck somebody else's yum, though, if that's something you get into. Go check these things out. They're gonna go fast. They're gonna go up in price fast. Like I said, some of these sell upwards of $200 a day that they're released. I say these are gonna hit the $100 marker because there's a lot of them. I mean, you have to remember that the Walmarts are getting these by the pallet. There's gonna be a lot of them. There's just gonna be a lot of people scalping them too,
Yeah,
though.
oh yeah.
So that's also like the downside is when all of these guys kind of start to get together and start to mingle together, right? The price is going to go way up, and they're going to kind of control it, right? They're going to all say nobody's selling them under 100, and that's where it's going to kind of play,
Exactly.
right? I
What's
mean, so
going
you,
on, Brian and Jing vlogs?
yes, what is going on? I always love to see vlogs. I keep threatening that I'm going to turn my channel into a vlog one day, but then people tell me that unboxing is a vlog. So, all right. So getting past that one, I wanted to get over that, and I wanted to show you that, and then I had to poke it like Johnny Funko a little bit for being the diss tracker, because we all know that he is the diss tracker. Those were the two things that he had there that I kind of wanted to talk about. And then let me get this one out of there real quick. There's some other stuff that I want to talk about that's on Funko site, the stuff that we didn't go over last week. So let me get that one pulled up real quick.
Hold
And
on, I do have to ask because it did drop this past week. I did have to ask, did you get the Facet Minnie Mouse?
I did not.
Oh, I ordered mine. Mine's on the way. You know I wanted that thing.
I didn't get it. And so hear me out. Yeah, inflation. inflation. To hit that hit the
Oh,
hit
we
the,
got. Oh, we do, and we do have some news about this, by the way.
hit the super.
And we need the superhero landing. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is.
So check this out. We decided that we were going to make super chats a little bit more interesting because we want to show everybody out there how much we appreciate the fact that you spend a little money to help us with the channel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this safe, and I'm going to put the 2022 Galactic Convention Boba Fett in here. Now he doesn't fit in the can, so I'm going to have to take him out and put him in there. And then there's two numbers on the bottom of this safe that Chris has seen. If you guess those two numbers, I'm going to take Boba Fett and mail him to you. But I'm going to make this a little bit more interesting than that. I think every week that it's not got, I'm going to then put something else in the safe with it, whether it's a sticker or a pin or what, just something that's sitting around my desk, a pack of Pokemon cards, something, until somebody guesses that number. So Johnny, Simon,
How many digits is it?
1 through 50. I need two of them, 1 through 50. What you got for me?
Simon.
He messed up my whole like where we were going though.
I know.
So let's pull this up there real quick. And let's talk about what Funko did last week. Now we know that coming up here soon, they're going to be dropping like the rest of the list.
I need this waltz. I need the train, and I need the steamboat Willie. I'm gonna go broke right now.
All right, so let me get this opened real quick. And what I'm going to tell you is, you didn't get it right this time. You did not get them right this time. Maybe next time. So I'm going to take this Boba Fett, which is I order these things in like 3 or 4 at a time. So this is an extra one. This was a little bobblehead, and now he goes inside of that safe. And then next week I'll throw a sticker or something else in there with him.
Adding to it every week.
I'm going to add to it every week. So I'm going to throw a sticker in there. I'll throw some Pokemon cards. I'll throw a pen. I'm going to throw something in there every week to keep the fun going. So I
might even throw some things in from time to time.
There you go. Truly appreciate you, Simon. So much more than you know. And any and everybody, look, we appreciate all of y'all. It's just a fun way of having a little fun when we do those super chats now. What do you think about this one?
I really like both of these, of course.
Is this tracker? I just read that.
You know me when it comes to anything with Walt. First of all, anything that has Walt. I've got the first two that came out, of course, the Walt figures. So I have to have the train. I gotta have anything with Walt. There was another Walt that did get released. I do like that this is these both are Amazon exclusives, as I like to buy from Amazon because I can save on some shipping. And then I like the Steamboat Willie, especially the fact that the Mickey that isn't Steamboat Willie. I think that's super fun. So I'm probably gonna buy these. Plus, if you could tell me, somebody can tell me, and there's no prize to it, but just throw this out there. There is a hidden Mickey on the Walt pop that I can see from here. Can anyone point out where the hidden Mickey is?
I don't know where the hidden Mickey is. I think it's only fair to tell Simon that he got one of the numbers right, though. I think it's only fair that I tell you, Simon. One of those numbers is correct. One of those numbers is 100% correct.
But if you look at the actual the cloud coming out of the
oh, I see the Mickey on there. How clever! Look, they're so clever. I wonder how that's working out for them.
There's hidden Mickeys are a thing.
They're so clever. I wonder how that's working out. What do you mean hidden Mickeys are a thing?
Hidden Mickeys all around the park.
No, they're not.
Imagineers put hidden Mickeys all over the place.
Quit lying. Is that kind of like when they were doing like Lion King and Little Mermaid and all of them, where they were putting like hidden?
Sometimes you'll find hidden Mickeys in different.
It wasn't Mickeys that were hidden in those movies. It wasn't Mickey that was hidden in those movies. It was something else.
Well, that's a different story altogether.
Is it like that kind of hidden? Is it like?
No, not that type of hidden. This is more of a parks thing than a movies thing.
Anyways, that's a pretty cool one. They came out with some other pops that I think that you're going to be a little bit more excited about than that one, though. How about this guy?
Diecast is definitely cool. I'm sure it's going to be the $50 price point still. But if I'm going to spend the money right now, it's going to be on the other ones. To be 1,000% honest with you,
what
I may attempt a chance at this, but to be honest with you, I don't want the chase. I would want the regular old.
That's my problem with this pop. So this is actually my number one pick of next month. By the way, this is my number one pick of pops that are coming out. This is it. But my problem is that lazy chase that they keep giving us. That metal is going to oxidize. It's a really cheap pop metal. They don't do that well when they're not painted. I know that they threw some kind of like funky clear coat on it to try and protect it. But if by some chance that doesn't work, you're going to get this crazy oxidation everywhere that you're just not going to like when you guys are.
By the way, if it's on Instagram, it's free. It's free.
That's right. Still admitting it. I'm telling you, building the case a little bit more. Building that case a little bit more. I hate the fact that they're using that pop metal and then they're not putting any paint on it. I would feel better about this if they painted it all red. If they painted it all white.
If they chromed it. I think if they chromed it or something like that, I think it would look cooler.
Anything other than what they did there just doesn't do it for me. That's
because to me the paint of even Mickey's face to the yellow, the red, the gloves. I mean, to me, you can't sit there and tell me that the chase looks better than the common.
No,
I'd be much more into the common. And to be honest with you, if I did get this and I did pull a chase, I would probably be pissed off.
I still like that. Look, this is what I can tell you. I'm going to order one, but if it's a chase, it will immediately go up on Whatnot for at least $20 cheaper than anyone else is selling it, so that I could then sell it and buy another one in hopes that it's not a chase. And if I kept pulling chases, they would keep going on Whatnot until I got the regular one. Now, there is something a little different about painting metal versus painting plastic. Metal always just kind of looks better when it has paint on it. It's this crazy like thing that paint doesn't look the same on everything. And when they're painted on these diecast pops, like this captain behind me looks amazing. And I wouldn't even put him next to another captain because it would show you how bad the other ones look compared to him. Super awesome pop. I'm excited to see this one. This one is my top pick for next month, but there was a lot of strong pops that are going to be coming out here soon.
Lilo and Stitch, of course, this is from the sequels that they've come out with. I don't remember his name.
This is a BAM exclusive. They came out with too many sequels. I'm not into it.
There's that
This one,
one we talked about.
let's talk about this guy for a second, though.
Isn't there only like 500 or something?
There was only supposed to be 25 of them. So Funko posted on their site. Funko once again showed me how you can't trust Funko. So Funko did another one of these fake posts where they posted this guy. It was going to be dropping the next day. It said 1/25, like right on it, right? So then it drops and no, it wasn't one of 25. It was going to be dropping on the 25th. Is what they were trying to tell you. So
that's
yeah. So they were being a little deceitful, if you ask me. If you tell somebody that it's going to drop the next day, and then you feel the need to put the date on it, but not the whole date, you were being deceitful. You were trying to imply that there was only going to be 25.
Clickbait.
When in fact, that was the date that it was dropping. I hate it that they did that. I didn't order it. I was super pissed. I got on hours later and I said, oh man, let me see how fast this thing sold out, because sometimes they'll post on their site, be like, sold out in 5 seconds, right? So I was like, well, let me just see how fast it sold out, and they were still for sale. So then I had to go back to my Twitter feed, but they deleted it, but I had screenshotted it. So I was like, oh, look at this nonsense. Then they tried to like make it disappear.
Or did it eventually sell out?
It did not sell out. You can still go buy these at that moment. They're not signed.
Is it on the Funko website, or is
they're
it
not limited? Website? They're on Fluffy Guy's website. So go to fluffyguy.com.
The only thing I think about it's still what they're selling for, like $60 then?
It's like $20, but then it's like $15 in shipping. So you're gonna have like $35 wrapped up in that thing before it's over with. And like I said, it's not signed. There's nothing special about it. They didn't do any. It's not limited. He's been signing them. So before you were buying them for like $40, but they were signed. They were, basically off the. I mean, if you're getting it straight from him, I mean, do you really need a letter of authenticity, right? I mean, I could get one pretty easy, but I don't need it at that point because I got it straight from his website. It was very deceitful on their part.
See, he's still adding to it.
Look, I already know. I've still got my investigation going on. The investigation is not over. I still got my CoffeeZilla style.
Did Johnny Funko guess a number? You have to do a super chat. Well, we're gonna keep doing it until somebody gets a combination.
I'm just gonna do it every time the super chat goes off.
Keep adding to it
until someone gets the combination. And then I'm just gonna start adding to it. And then I said to my family today, because they were like, "Oh, that sounds super fun." I said, and if that one gets figured out because I can't change this combination, I'll go buy a combination lock, and we'll do a completely different one with the combination lock. I don't think this soda is going to be hot at all. I think that Funko decided that they were only going to number the sodas that were going to be trash.
Oh, they are numbering this one. Yeah, I still think that. I mean, we all know the numbering is.
That wasn't Funko's
shitty to begin with.
Listen, this guy got jokes for days. So they're only going to be limiting the ones that aren't hot is what I think. Now, if it's going to be a trash soda, they're going to limit the trash soda so that people feel like it's you have to have it. Fear of FOMO, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fear of FOMO. They're going to try and FOMO you to death on that one. Same thing with this guy, Recreation and Parks. It's trash. I don't know why he has an FBI.
Oh, it is the Chris Pratt's character.
It's still going to be trash. I don't even need to sit there and look at that. This one, however, is probably trash, but I pre-ordered it anyways. so
the red head. I don't know.
Yeah. So this is
classic. So I'll give him that.
Yeah. So I love everything Batman classic. This is from an actual show. So there was a show where this happened. Just like do you remember when they were making the Batman in all those different colors? And people were like, I don't know why they keep doing Batman in different colors. Drop that superhero landing real quick. Simon says he's not done yet.
All right.
So Simon, you got one of the numbers. Now I need you to give me. Give me.
Right,
Simon. Let's see what we got. This is from an actual show, though. This is
well, that's based off the the Adam West version.
Yes,
Oh,
and it's
I just realized I forgot to say something. If anyone does do Marvel Collector next month, in 2 months, it's the Ant-Man and Wasp Quantumania.
that's really cool. I've got to get this one. I've already pre-ordered 2 of them. I probably won't get them. So let's see.
Oh, I just noticed that those Disney ones I said I wanted, you can pre-order them on Amazon right now. That Walt one is for $24.99, and the Mickey one is $15.
Come on, Simon, give me some numbers. So this one's really cool. There is some new. You just wait. Just wait a second. There's some more Walt coming up here soon. This is also
Steve Harrington. I'm not opposed to this one. I mean, Stranger Things. I like Stranger Things, so it kind of works.
This is trash.
Didn't they already do this one?
They did. It's trash too. I'm just going. They're trash. This one's garbage too. Moving past that one.
Well, I didn't see these actually.
So this is from the new movie that's coming out. I know nothing about the new movie that's
coming out. They got more I Am Groot shorts coming?
Yeah, they have lots of like I Am Groot stuff that's going to be coming out here soon, and they got all kinds of like pops and sodas and 3 liters. This 3 liter is to me, it's not that hot, but the Chase variant of this one,
that clear one's kind of cool.
I think is just really cool. That Chase variant is where it's at. These little minis.
These are the minis, right?
I'm not really into the minis. Yeah. I think that they cost too much money. This translucent Funko Shop exclusive, I think, is just fire.
That's pretty cool.
The Hot Topic with the Cheetos bag, I also think
I've got the 2 Marvel Collector Core I Am Groot, but I may have to get some of these ones. I like these ones.
So some of that I Am Groot stuff is really going to be hitting like heavy this year. Really hitting heavy. Why is Simon not giving me
Simon give us new numbers?
Simon's not giving me new numbers. Simon, I need 2 numbers. I can take Johnny
Funko's into his magic 8 ball.
What's that?
He's looking into his magic 8 ball.
Magic 8 ball. I got one of those too. I've got my childhood magic 8 ball here somewhere. This to me is garbage.
Yeah, I mean, out of all the scenes in Avengers Endgame, I think this was pretty weak. Yeah, I mean, this was the beginning. This was like the sad part when you see that Thor just let his everything go. Not you, Johnny, damn it.
So
oh, he gave his guesses to Johnny Funko, aka Diss Tracker.
I got you, Diss Tracker. You didn't get either one
of them right. 41 and 12.
Neither one of those are right. Neither one of those are right. You're getting there, but neither one of those are right. Yeah, this to me is garbage, and let me tell you why it's garbage. I think it's from a part of the movie that no one's going to recognize. Also, these things are $60 a pop. I don't necessarily need Bro Thor in his house for $60 a pop.
They're sitting there playing video games and he's drinking. I don't know. I'm an Avengers person, but I'm just not into this.
It's garbage. It's garbage. It's going to remain garbage. It's always going to be garbage. I'm never going to get.
Now, what would have been cool if they did the end scene where you have like Thanos standing on a rock, and then the 3 other Thor, Captain America, and Iron Man. That would have been cool.
Would have been cool, but it was they messed it up. This, however, is one of the hottest Iron Man Thors they have come out with in a long time. This looks a lot like the Funko Freddy Thor that they came out with the paint job that they have on there. It also looks like the comic cover Thor that they just recently came out with, which is also really cool because you're just not going to see that much anymore. I think that these paint jobs are super hard to do and they're complex, and I don't know how long Funko is going to continue to do those. Take advantage of that while you can, because it is a really cool pop. This look, I've had this like obsession with Thor in the last year. I really want this pop.
I like this with the swinging hammer looks cool, and I think the fact that they kind of base this off. This is much more based off of the comic book version of Thor.
Yes,
with the helmet and everything. Yeah, I like this.
Did you see Love and Thunder yet?
Yes, I saw.
Love and Thunder was so good. I love that one. I love that one a lot. Love and Thunder was really cool. One Piece is hitting heavy this year. I'm going to start checking out this anime coming up here soon, just because of some of the names that you get on some of these guys. Like, it's not your typical anime name. right? It's not like Juan, John, Jing. It's nothing like that. They have one of them that's named Whitebeard. They have one of them that's named just
This
crazy
cartoon must just be, you know,
names. Say
getting huge. Just this cartoon must just be getting huge right
and
now.
the amount of chase variants, so many of these made it on my list that it felt like I was doing a One Piece like list. The reason they made it on my list is everything right now One Piece is hot. And if you're going to flip these, or if you're going to add a little collection to your value, and if you're into One Piece, this is going to be the way to do it. This guy right here, all the way to the far right with the Hot Topic exclusive, is called Clown something. It look, super awesome names. Whoever like named these did really, really creative. I mean, just super creative in the way that they did that. The Hot Topic stuff, I don't, not Hot Topic, GameStop, I don't really get behind anymore because it doesn't ever hit the shelves. And if it does hit the shelf, the employees buy them and put them on the secondary market because they don't make that much money. And let's be honest, they're not stupid. They're young kids that are making some money. The the Laffy up there with that metallic Laffy on the top right, Chase,
Yeah.
that is going to be
That one
instant
does look pretty cool, though.
grail. Instant grail. Watch what I tell you. Instantly going to go up in price. I've heard some other people that were saying that it's not going to happen. Listen to me. Everything One Piece has exploded this year, and I don't think it's going to slow down anytime soon. I think that this is One Piece's year. Just like check this out. Check this out. So you're going to be able to relate to this. Just like My Hero Academia had a year, just like Dragon Ball Z had a year, just like all of these other epic animes had a year. This is the year of One Piece. Now, it might be a little bit longer than a year. We might get a year and a half. We might get 2 years. It will eventually die, just like all of them do. It will eventually go down. But right now, it is not going anywhere anytime soon. It is super strong, and it is going to stay that way for a while. Watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell you. It's going to stay there. I'm going to go check it out just because of that. How many of these are you picking up? I know that this is on your fan list. I remember you telling me that you were getting tickets to this.
No, not me. Not me.
What do you mean, not you?
Not me. Not on my list.
Serious with me right now? I think you're kidding with me. You're kidding with me at this moment.
I don't have any albums, and I wouldn't start with that one.
What about their check? What about a Funko puzzle? Would you buy?
Why are we doing puzzles? That's
because we're a toy company. Is what we're trying to turn into.
Stupid.
Do you remember when they bought that website that has the artists that do the posters and they do the cool figures and they do the one-off like album covers? You remember that? I can't remember the name of them right now. I want to say it was Mongo or something like that.
Mondo.
Something like that, right? Mondo. I think you're 100% correct. It was something to that effect. And they were really known for putting out artwork. I think Funko, instead of deciding they were going to make really cool posters or they were going to make really cool something, they decided they were going to make puzzles. I'm a little confused on what's going on. But Funko has now become a puzzle company.
I don't know about
They say
that
if you
one.
watch 2 episodes a day, One Piece, it'll take 4 years. Whoa. I guess I'm gonna have to get on this. 1 episode a day for 2. Whoa.
I'm
That is
okay with that.
crazy. I'm still gonna have to start watching them because it's piqued my curiosity now. The names are so creative. I've got to like watch some of them and just see what it's about. I don't understand the puzzles. I feel like I feel like somebody steers Funko in the wrong direction in a lot of things. Like a good example is they decided they were going to make the pop Hallmark cards. They did the whole like the pop up.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, you remember that the popsies is what they call
Oh,
them.
the Popsies, yeah.
Yeah, the Popsies. So I can't see that being a solid adventure for them. Just like I can't see the puzzles being a solid adventure for them. I don't know if they're trying to become a toy company or if they're a collector company. And I don't think at this moment they know. I think at this moment they're confused that if they're a toy company or if they're a collector company, if they're catering to children or if they're catering to adults. I think that even that line for them has become gray on exactly what they're doing. My mom loves to put puzzles together. Maybe I'll buy one for her for Christmas and see what they look like put together. Probably not though. What about this guy?
Hawkeye, I think that's really cool, especially since that's a classic
Why does it say
character.
Hawkeye and Ant-Man?
You got Ant-Man sitting on his arrow.
What?
Yeah, if you see the comic, you see how Ant-Man's kind of sitting on his arrow. So I'm
Right, but I
assuming
wonder if he's sitting
he's
on
going
the
to be
arrow
sitting.
too.
He can. It's kind of hard to tell because they got that sticker there.
Is he?
But I'd be interested in this. If I found a Target, I'd get it.
Okay, that's cool. I can get behind that. Wolverine, on the other hand, this is the second one. Why not make another Wolverine? The first one must have been popular. They're still sitting on Target shelves, but the first one must have been popular. We'll
Well, the
put out
first one
another
had
one.
a kind of. I think the cover was kind of weak, to be 1,000% honest. But I don't know.
I don't know. I have this thing with Funko anymore. If it's not gonna work, Funko's gonna keep doing it. And if it's working, Funko's gonna change it to a way that doesn't work. I've been so confused, like who is guiding Funko a lot of days and like how their guidance. I'm gonna tell you where I think Funko's guidance changed is when they went public. When Funko was a publicly
That's
traded
probably a
company,
good place to start.
is when their views on corporate changed, and I get that you have to look out for the investors, but I don't think that that means you break away from your business model. I don't think that that means that you break away from the people. I think that what they were going after would have worked if they were a lot bigger than they are. And I mean a lot bigger than they are. Like, I mean, like if the community was as big as maybe some of your sideshow stuff, or maybe as big as some of your anime, like if the community was that big, maybe. But I think they took the step too fast.
Yeah.
And the steps too fast right now are hurting them. And we'll see if they pull out of it or not. But hey, this is one of them. You already failed once. That one's going to be a fail. Now we're not going to we're not going to number any more of these. You're going to have a Target exclusive, Walmart exclusive. I think Walmart won. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that I like the zombie a lot better, to be honest with you.
So
Especially
I mean,
the chase. The chase just looks a hell of a lot cooler.
I feel like Walmart won this battle. That doesn't happen often. I mean, that doesn't happen often. Target normally beats them when it comes to like cool pops. Then we have these guys, which I feel like we've already
This
had
is
a
off the
Doctor
What
Strange.
If series, of course.
I feel like we've already had this Doctor Strange.
I don't remember.
I feel like we did. I feel like we already had this one, and I don't know. I don't know. This is the giant Loki.
Frost Giant, yeah.
Yeah, I think they should have maybe done this one in a 3-liter. If you were
Again,
gonna,
I mean, for me, I'm getting tired of sodas anyways. In fact, I told my wife today, you'll probably see a change because I'm actually told her to take all the sodas off the shelf.
well, see,
I'd rather put more Disney items up there.
I think that I'm just the opposite. I want more 3-liters than I want pops right now. I would rather have the 3-liters and then not the pops because my 3-liters remind me of a designer plastic. So I did a video on that if you didn't see it. They're the same size. They have a designer look to them. They have a designer feel to them. You take them out. You don't leave them in the container. They come out of the container like your designer plastics. You don't leave your bare blocks in a box. You don't leave your super plastics in the box. You don't leave a raw English in the box. You take these things out of the box and you display them. 3-liters are just like that. You take them out of that 3-liter and you display it. And they have a shelf presence to them that you don't get out of your pops.
Yeah.
Right. So after a while, all of your pops kind of start to look the same. So I think that my pop collection is going to start getting thinned out a lot coming into the middle of this year. And I'm going to start moving more toward 3-liters. And if they come out with them, though, I mean, if they come out with them, that's kind of the problem. If they come out with them at this moment.
I mean, that 3-liter group would probably be a good one to have.
I want the 3-liter group. I want the chase version of that one, though. I don't want the common. This is some more My Hero Academia. I would say that it was going to be hot because it used to everything My Hero Academia used to be hot. That is not the case so much anymore. So
I think that other one, the One Piece, is kind of taking over a lot of that. I mean, this could for anime collectors. I mean, this being a whole set piece, I don't know what the set is, but I mean, it could be popular.
So I'm pretty sure that this is going to be from the Hero Academy, and it's supposed to be a scene from the Hero Academy. I don't know that for sure, so don't like scalp me over there if I'm wrong, but that's what I think it is. They're not coming out with the hot stuff anymore. Like, so My Hero Killer Stain is one of them that they came out with a long time ago. That one went way up in price, but after that, they've just kind of all trickled downhill from there. And this is going to be another one of these great puzzles. I know you're going to get. I know that this one's at the top of your list.
I'm a Ted Lasso fan, but not a chance.
What do you mean, not a chance? You're a Ted Lasso. What does that mean, Ted Lasso fan?
I like the show. When they come out with another season, I'll definitely watch it. I've enjoyed the show quite a bit, but I don't collect any of the items from it.
What? Are you kidding me right now?
No.
I'm not collecting anything of that. I don't even watch the show. I've never seen the show. Never seen the show. Do not know.
Definitely, like I said, I liked it.
Gonna move on from that one. What about this
Another
guy?
Jurassic Park. And again, why are we doing puzzles? This is like, why are we doing shitty plastic watches for, the Halloween cereal? It's just
Look,
I'm sorry, but you're going for the wrong demographic here.
That's what I don't understand, and that's why I'm concerned about who's behind the wheel. I don't understand what they're doing, and it makes me concerned as to who's behind the wheel at Funko right now, because it seems like they're going further.
Let's stop wasting employee hours on shit that is dumb.
How many of these you think they sell? Let's be honest. How many do they sell? How
Maybe
many puzzles do you
25%
think?
of what they have?
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
How many puzzles? Puzzles must be an incredible business for Funko to get into it. I mean, I said that when it came to the cards, right? And they came out with the Popsies. I said this must be one mega business for them to go after such a small percentage of it, right? I mean, because I would imagine that those Popsies are probably in the single digits when it comes to like Hallmark cards, right? When it comes to like card
problem
buying.
with puzzles though, and mind you, I'm sure there is a small level of average age people that enjoy a puzzle, but it's very time consuming, and people don't have that attention span as much anymore. So really, the only people that I can see that are puzzle people are, one, toddlers that my kids love puzzles, and but the older they get, the less they want to do, or old people that have nothing really else to do but have a table with a big ass puzzle. Those aren't the people collecting Funkos. I'm sorry.
I don't see any like young kids putting together 500-piece puzzles, so they
Not
clearly
500. I'm just saying overall puzzle.
so they must clearly be going after the older generation in puzzles, and
But they're not buying pops. I'm sorry.
the only people I know that are putting together puzzles are people like my mom, and
Yeah.
yeah, I mean she's not gonna go buy a Funko puzzle. That's not. I don't know. Look, I'm probably wrong and know nothing about any of this, but I feel like it's a tragic mistake.
I know Chase is going to be all over this one.
Oh yeah, Megadeth. He's going to be all over this one. This is Rattlehead from Megadeth. This is really cool. It reminds me a lot of the guy from Five Finger Death Punch.
Yeah.
I wish that this one was an exclusive somewhere though. Sometimes I feel like that stuff like this should be a Hot Topic exclusive. Like this should 100%.
This should be. I completely agree. They missed the mark on that.
So I don't know why like we missed the mark on some of these like really awesome pops that should be an exclusive somewhere but are not. Maybe that's the reason though. Maybe they're like it'll hold its own without being an exclusive. I mean, so maybe that's the thought process that goes behind it. Congratulations for your picture of the day. So it looks like we are it for our Funko. Yeah, and I'm not gonna like browse through any of this. It just gets depressing at some point. I don't want to see like all the depressing stuff that Funko has on there because I still don't think that they've totally gotten their social media like site down.
Hey, by the way, to give you a heads up, you can actually pre-order that Thor on Amazon right now for $19.99. It says that it will release on March 6th.
So here's the thing. I can't pre-order that from my Amazon. If I pre-order that from my Amazon, it'll look like somebody played rugby with it on its way to my house. So I can't pre-order that from Amazon. I have to simply wait. I have a plan. When it finally comes out and I see it on Whatnot, then I'll go to Whatnot and try and buy it at retail off Whatnot and then have it shipped to me from Whatnot, because coming from Amazon, my FedEx or UPS, or it just depends, because it always seems like it's a different person that brings your Amazon packages. It's UPS, it's DHL, it's somebody is going to bring it. But every one of them play rugby on their way to my house with it. And they have you watched Ace Ventura?
Yeah.
When he slams
right
it
in the
on the
very
ground,
beginning of the movie,
and then he jumps on it and kicks it. Well, that's what they do to my. I mean, he even has like tear breaks and shit in the box. So bad. So and then they don't pat it. They don't even try and pat it. They just throw it in the box. They're like, oh, this is going to that Funko Pop collector dude, and they throw it in the box with no protection around it. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. So I just refuse. Speaking of that, here, while I'm talking about boxes, let me get this one open. So I just recently got this one from Entertainment Earth. I got a couple of these in. I don't really know what's in them, because at some point they just kind of become like Entertainment Earth mystery boxes, and they ship everything in singles for some reason. I don't really know why everything from Entertainment Earth gets shipped in singles, but
it's definitely a Funko, a box item, not a soda.
All right, what do we got?
I'm pretty sure.
Come on.
Oh yeah, okay, I see which one it is.
Which one is it?
It's the Queen.
Long live the Queen. So
what up, Dead Zone?
I picked these up when Queen Elizabeth passed away, right before they went super stupid. You could still pre-order these on Entertainment Earth. I think that you still can go pre-order these on Entertainment Earth. They're calling it the Royal Family. This is 01 Queen Elizabeth with her dog. This one is really awesome. I should have one more of these coming in as well. I had to have these, just like I have Blanche Devereaux. I have the Golden Girls. There's some of the stuff in life I think that you just have to have for just sheer fun of having it, versus
True.
I just need to have it for a collection. At this point, it's just because now I have the Queen in my house, which is pretty awesome. Argumentatively, there's some other people in my house that would have already taken that title though, but there is some other stuff that I wanted to talk about as well. Let me make sure I'm on the right page here. Let me see. No, let's go back to the page 1. So if you go to Funko's site, right, and the one thing that you can guarantee about Funko's site is that they're normally pretty up to keeping the what's coming soon up to date on their site. So you have this Black Panther that's going to be lit up that's coming soon.
Oh, is this their second Lights and Sound?
It's an $18 pop. I think it's kind of expensive, to be honest. This is like the lights and sounds like they did with the Vader.
I'm not into the whole lights and sound thing.
I don't think the image got any better bigger when I did that. So let's go back to this one. I'm really not into them either, and I don't like the price of them. I have the Vader. Dead Zone, what's up, brother? I see you in the house. Dead Zone just recently did a mystery box. If Dead Zone, you got any of those mystery boxes left?
Oh, he usually does a run almost once a month.
Yeah, Dead Zone just recently did a pretty awesome mystery box. If you haven't checked out Dead Zone's mystery boxes out, check those out. He's actually the one that gave me an idea to do my mystery box, or gave me the idea to do my mystery box. And then I reached out to him to ask him how to do it so that I didn't totally mess it up. So appreciate you, brother. If he still got some though, go check those out, because they're always really cool. I just always seem to miss them, but go check those out. If you get a minute, those will be a lot of fun. I feel like this is another one though that they just kind of ramming down our throats. They didn't sell. He has 4 of them left. Go hit him up on Instagram and find out how to pick those up, or tell us how to pick those up here. Always really, really awesome boxes. Really awesome boxes. Now this is another one of those. So this is going to be a Snake Man Laffy, another One Piece pop. This is going to be the Funko Shop exclusive in the metallic. Look, I'm telling you, everything One Piece this year is going to blow up. I mean, watch what I tell you. Just going to blow up. We've already seen the One Pieces, so we're not going to dwell on those a whole lot. We've looked at the little Groots. Let's see. I know that I think I was on page 3 because this is what I want to show you. So we have the Walt that's going to have the camera for the 100th year anniversary. This is a Funko Shop exclusive.
I hate ordering from Funko because I like ordering from Amazon because I don't have to pay the shipping.
Oh,
but I'm gonna need this anyway. So if anybody knows when this drops, I'm not always on top of the drops. Hit me up on Amazon or on Instagram and let me know when it drops.
That's actually a pretty clever hack. What do you you don't buy them from Funko? You go to Amazon and buy them because you're a Prime member?
Yeah, if I can get it off of Amazon, because I usually don't have too much of a problem. if I get pops off of Amazon, I'd usually rather buy them there because I'm a Prime member, so I just get my shipping for free. So it's kind of like when I'll go to Entertainment Earth sometimes and pre-order
Right.
just to know that worst case scenario I'll still get it.
I do the
But
same thing.
like the other Walt I got that came out, they had it on there, so I pre-ordered it to be safe. But then I also found that they had it on Amazon, so I ordered on Amazon. It came in, so then I went on to Entertainment Earth and canceled my pre-order because I already had one, so I wasn't too worried about it. But kind of the same thing. Much rather buy them on because you got to think Entertainment Earth. I'm thinking I might actually even do that with that Stan Lee one that I want because I just found it on Amazon for $19.99, whereas it was shipping and everything. I pay like $30 with Entertainment Earth, so I'd rather save myself an extra $10.
Look, that's a pretty cool hack. I'm a little jealous that I didn't think of that. I go check that out. If you got a Prime, go buy them off Amazon. That way you get free shipping. You don't pay that god awful expense in shipping that Funko has been charging us. This is a pretty cool Walt. I knew you would like that one.
There are even some just to say because I'm actually on the Amazon site next. I do scroll through. They have that Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs cover
right
for $10 less for pre-order.
That's pretty awesome.
$49.99.
What do you think about this one?
I've already got it pre-ordered on Amazon.com.
Already got this one pre-ordered. So that one's really cool. I like the fact that he's got Dumbo. Dumbo was one of the OG pops that went way up in value.
Well, that's actually based off, and in fact, there's a picture of it on the back of the box. I know they're not showing it.
No,
but that's actually based off a picture of Walt that was holding one of the original toys of Dumbo and Timothy the Mouse.
You know, it would be fun to one day just buy a whole box of these and rip them.
I would agree, but what, $7? How many's in a box?
I would say that there's probably 12 to a case.
Maybe
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 12. I would say there's 12 to a case.
It's still under $100, but yeah,
that would be fun to do one day. Just buy the whole box of them, rip them open, see what you get. Right?
Exactly. I agree with that.
Just rip them and see what you get. That would make a fun video. If somebody's done that, let me know. So this is one of them that I wanted to get to. So this is going to be. We talked about this a little bit last week.
Talking about the charity one.
So we talked about this a little bit last week. This is going to be the color composition, the Easy E. This is one of those pops with purposes. I know that you've seen here lately. They've been throwing their Einstein back on their site, showing you that it's a pop with purpose, and $10 per pop, goes directly to the charity. That's really, really, really awesome.
Yeah, and I like that.
I feel like that they went above and beyond by taking that $10 for each pop that's sold when they're selling them for $15, which means they're probably just breaking even with the sell of it. I think that was an awesome thing for Funko to do. I'm now going to look at all of them that have pops with purposes and see if they're putting that much money in all of those organizations. If they are, that's really awesome that Funko has taken the time to do something like that. We don't know how many of these will sell, but I know that they're going to sell at least 2 of them because I will be ordering 2 of these guys. So I know at least 2 of them will be coming to my house. 2 of them.
I like the charity. I like the way that they're doing it, especially once I read into the whole charity of it. I think it's a great idea, and I'm all for that.
There's another one on here that I want to talk about before we call it a night, and I want to point this out to everybody. So this company right here, the Brandalish, did I say that right?
Brandalized.
There you go. Brandalized. This is not a Banksy company. So there's a lot of there's a lot of misguidance. I don't want to say misinformation.
I think I said it last week, but I just pulled up something quickly, and it said something about Banksy.
So right. Well, so here's the thing: is that they portray that they're working with graffiti artists and street artists, and they have a lot of Banksy knockoff style stuff in their brands, and he's even sued them because of how close or they actually did infringe. And this is actually a famous Banksy painting, but it's got a few more balloons than it should. And the original girl is not floating. She's standing watching it go away. So even in their flying balloon girl is a little deceiving. They're trying to be deceitful in what they're doing.
Yeah.
Banksy himself has had this company in lawsuits. He didn't lose the way, he didn't win the lawsuits, but Banksy himself has had problems copywriting his work because of the way he put his work out there. He
Yeah,
was
I can
spray
see that.
painting it on the side of buildings, and he kind of lost the ability to copyright it in the right way. Because of that, he lost some of the fundamentals, the things that artists don't normally lose. He's kind of lost, but this company is straight trying to profit off of an artist. And I have this, like, because I am an artist, I have this passion inside of me that says that's garbage. That
I would
says
agree. I agree
that
with that.
anybody that's riding the coattail of somebody else to profit and they're not paying that person, oh, I think that you're like less than scum at
Yeah.
that point. And I was gonna get these because when we first talked about them, after you said they were Banksy's, I then went in full research mode because I wanted to know what involvement he had with them, and if any involvement, and did he have some say in this, and did he not have some say in this? Because I will never be able to afford a Banksy in my life unless it comes on a 12 by 12 piece of printed paper. That's the only way that I can ever afford one. They're not. And it's very disappointing to me that they're not. And I'm going to tell you the other disappointing side. The other disappointing side is that Funko would work with a company that is knowingly riding the coattails of artists without paying
Yeah.
said artist for this work. Now they're going to tell you that they're not the same, and technically they're not. They made it just a little different, just
Yeah,
enough.
but that goes back to the old lawsuit that I think actually was turned over. But the old lawsuit you got to say between the original Vanilla Ice 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 Baby song and the Queen and David Bowie song that came out, where they're like, "Oh, we changed it just this one little bit."
Just, just
It's still the
it's
same damn beat.
not as is that I think of Dumb and Dumber. You remember Dumb and Dumber? But it's
Mhm.
not as. That's what I think of and stuff like. But it's not as. No,
Exactly.
it is. But it's not. Yes,
I,
hundred
I, I
percent.
do I do think that that's pretty scandalous, and I mean that's just not right.
So I will stay absolutely as far away from these as I possibly can, and I encourage everyone else to stay absolutely as far away from these as you possibly can. I still am having a hard time trying to figure out how Funko could have gotten involved with a company that has been in many class action lawsuits
Yeah.
because of their stealing other people's work and playing that. But it's not as. And the thing that I think really pisses me off is when I read their site and they're like,
Mhm.
oh, we work with professional artists. No, you're not working with the artist. You
You're stealing
looked
their
at what the
ideas.
artist did and you changed it just enough to where you said, but it's not as.
Yeah.
It's garbage, just garbage. I encourage
Stupid.
everybody to stay
Yeah.
away from this.
Had I known that I mean, like I said, I wasn't going to get them anyways. I think this one probably looks a cooler one, but yeah, seeing that they're going that, and I think that's also wrong that Funko's even working with a company that has
Hey,
the reputation like that.
I
But we got
felt the same way. I felt the same way. Hit
uh,
that, hit that,
we got
hit
to
that
hit
real
that
quick.
superhero landing.
Ooh.
So we got 33 and 45.
Johnny. I don't know how you did this.
Did he actually get it already?
Yeah, he did. Johnny, how did you do that? Do you see the numbers on the bottom of that?
He's Diz Tracker. He got the inside scoop. He's Diz
So
Tracker. He got the inside scoop ahead of time.
let me hit this open real quick. And now we're gonna have to get a padlock. See what you did. Johnny, go send me your address on Instagram and I will get this guy
It just
out
means
in the
we'll have
mail
to
to
add
you.
another one in next week, and if nobody gets
I've
in
got
next week, we'll keep it
plenty of
rolling.
these to go in. Plenty of these to go in.
We'll just keep it a rolling.
So go to he said no, he did.
Simon said.
go over to Instagram, throw me your address over there, and I will get him in the mail to you sometime next week. I'll throw in some stickers and stuff with him to make it a little bit more fun. We truly appreciate you guys for hanging out with us. Always a lot of fun. Always a lot of fun. What do you got going on next week?
I don't know. I will still get my 5 minutes of Disney. You may see some interesting if you follow me on TikTok. You may find, although a lot of my TikTok items still end up on YouTube Shorts. So follow me at one of those different places. But you may see a bunch of them coming through over the weekend because I'm actually going out with some friends to Epcot this Saturday to do Drink Around the World. Although I think this is probably the first time I'm not going to complete Drink Around the World. I'm just going to take it and kind of enjoy myself because with the, as I've told you guys in the past, I'm trying to drop weight. And of course I'm doing that through, doctors and stuff like that. So they got me on this particular medication that I get fuller faster.
Yeah.
So we went out to Epcot a few weeks ago and wife and I stopped at a few different places. And I got really full. And if I start to get too full, I almost start to feel sick. So I gotta watch out and control it throughout the day. Luckily, it's a whole day thing, so I can kind of space it out and have some fun. But I may go after some of the things I don't normally do, like because we have they have Festival of the Arts going on, so I may do some of the smaller cup items.
That'd be a lot of fun. Are you going to turn a lot of those into shorts?
Yeah, most of those are all going to be short type stuff. And
I do upload that 3-minute video you made here soon.
No,
you're
never going to happen.
You are absolutely killing me.
I am going to get back into over the next couple of weeks. I was even talking to my wife about it the other day. I am getting back into doing some more resort tours. The first one I end up doing will most likely be Wilderness Lodge because that one's a lot of fun. And maybe some other food reviews. So we'll start getting into it a little bit more.
I'm still waiting to when you're going to tell us when you're putting that video. Why would you not put that video up? I'm so confused on what you're doing. Those things are so much fun.
It's my poor wake up acting ability. So
let me tell you what I would do. I would put that right up in the front of one of my videos, and then I would do this quick hunt for Mickey to sign my pop. That's what I would do. That would be my intro, and then I would be at Mickey getting signed. It would be a whole day adventure of me getting a pop signed by Mickey because everybody needs a pop by Mickey. Like everybody needs the Queen. I know that we're not from Europe. There's so many of y'all that are going to say we're not European, but we used to be. We used to be ruled by the Queen, so you're just going to have to be okay with it. No, Johnny, we appreciate you, man. We appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with us. It's always a lot of fun.
Don't forget, next week, we do have a guest on. We got Fox Crown joining us next week, and that'll be over on Wayne's channel next week. So that could always be interesting because really, we've had Fox on once before, and you really don't know what you're going to get.
You really don't know what you're getting out of Fox. So he's a little scary sometimes.
And that's not just by what he says; it's what he does. So it's a whole combination. I definitely want to ask him about his whole. He's got something really interesting he does with something called duck races. That's always kind of interesting in find out what he does. But he's always been a good friend. He's always been a great person that I've talked to in the past. So it's been a while since I've talked to him. I'm not going to lie, but he's I'm excited to have him back on the show.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Anytime you have Fox, like you said, you just don't know what you're getting with Fox. It's always interesting, like what you're going to get with Fox. It's interesting and scary all at the same time. I am somehow going to figure out how to change the combination on this lock, though, because it doesn't really give you a way to change it. And
you're stuck with the 2-number item.
I'm gonna geek out here at some point tonight, and I'm gonna figure out like how I change this. I was once told that you couldn't repair a sump pump. And me and an engineer sat down on a job and we repaired said sump pump. So I will figure this out before the night's over with, how I'm going to change this combination for next week. When we do our outro, I'm going to cut it short. But I'm going to apologize to everybody that's a member to my channel or a member to Chris's channel. just a fan in general, that you're not going to be at the end of this one. I'm going to get this fixed. I'm just having a little bit of problems with StreamYard right now and getting the link to the video properly. I will get it down before next week, so it's going to get cut a little short. There's not going to be any like end credits, but you'll get the rest of it. Just know that we appreciate you, and we'll see you next week.
Take it easy.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Sometimes the easiest things to do take the longest amount of time to get done. I don't know if anybody's ever noticed that, but before we get out of here real quick, guys, don't forget to go check our channel memberships out. These are both very new features to Mr. Techbot and myself, but we're both very proud that we have made it to this point. So go check out our memberships. The link should be down in the description below. If it's not down in the description below, you should be able to go to any one of our videos and it'll be down in the description below. So make sure you go check that out. It's super cool, fun way to get interactive with the channel. You'll get some really cool icons, some really cool emojis you can drop over in that super chat. You can drop over there in that chat so that you can flex on everybody a little bit. And don't forget that any and all super chats will go down in the description after this video is over. Give us 15, 20, maybe even 30 minutes to get it down in there. I mean, we might not be able to do it right away. You know, we've got to eat dinner and still hang out with our family, but we truly appreciate all of you guys, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Have a good one.